Today, we're counting down the top 10 Bitcoin whales you've never heard of. And trust me, once you hear their stories, you'll realize how fragile and fascinating this entire market really is. Let's dive in. Number 10, the Security Test Whale. This wallet had been sleeping for more than 4 years. Then, in April 2024, it suddenly moved 525 Bitcoin, about $58 million. No warning, no pattern, just one clean, calculated transfer. Many believe it wasn't a sale, but a test. A security move to confirm the keys still worked before something bigger. Others think the timing wasn't a coincidence at all. The wallet moved its funds just before a market correction, as if the owner knew what was coming. Whoever they are, their precision was chilling. This wasn't luck, it was strategy. At number 9, the Genesis Profit Taker. Imagine holding 1,000 Bitcoin since 2012 and not touching it for 12 straight years. Then, one day in 2024, you move it all, over $100 million, to an exchange and cash out. That's exactly what happened. This wasn't just profit taking. It was the kind of move that says, I've reached my goal. The coins were worth under $1 million when first received. 12 years later, they became generational wealth. The owner's silence all that time? A masterclass in patience. Number 8, the Halving Cycle Whale. This address had been frozen since 2012. Then, right before Bitcoin's next halving in 2024, it stirred, moving 399 Bitcoin worth over $40 million. What made it interesting wasn't the amount, it was the pattern. 100 coins went to an exchange, but nearly 300 were moved to a brand new wallet. It looked like the owner was resecuring funds, not selling out. That's the mark of an early miner who's seen every cycle and knows exactly when to tighten security and when to take a little profit. At number 7, we meet the 9,000 Giant. This one's a monster. 8,999 Bitcoin sitting untouched. That's almost $1 billion just resting in one single wallet. The last movement happened in the mid-2010s and nothing since. No sales, no splits, no outgoing transfers. If this whale ever moved, the market would panic instantly. Analysts say a single transaction from this address could trigger global headlines. It's a sleeping storm, a reminder that in crypto, silence can be more powerful than any tweet. Number 6, the 185 block miner. Back in Bitcoin's earliest days, mining a block got you 50 coins. This wallet holds 9,260 Bitcoin, exactly 185 blocks. That means one thing, it belonged to a solo miner from 2010. 15 years later, not a single Satoshi has moved. Not one. It's like a digital time capsule, locked at the dawn of Bitcoin itself. Some call it a relic, others whisper it could belong to someone who's gone, or someone watching the world from the shadows. Still holding on to the purest stash in crypto history. And number 5 is the second wave Billionaire. Created in 2011, this wallet holds over 10,700 Bitcoin, more than $1.1 billion. It's slightly younger than the Satoshi era miners, but still ancient by crypto standards. And here's what's fascinating. It's been completely silent for 14 years. Not one transaction. It was created right before Bitcoin's first major bull run, which means this person saw their net worth jump, crash, and explode again multiple times, yet never touched a cent. Is it lost forever? Or is someone waiting for the perfect price? At number 4, things start to get really eerie. Meet the Middle-Aged Untouched Whale. Back in 2010, this address received 19,414 Bitcoin. Over $2 billion today in a single transfer. Then, nothing. Never sent a single coin. Never split the balance. Never showed up again. It could be a private miner, a partnership split, or even an early OTC trade. But whatever it was, the address has been frozen in time for 15 years. One transaction, one balance, $2 billion. It's the closest thing crypto has to buried treasure, untouched and unreachable. Number 3. The Ancient Untouched Whale. This wallet is one of the 3 largest non-exchange Bitcoin addresses in existence. It holds more than 28,000 Bitcoin, roughly $3 billion, and it's never moved a single coin since 2010. Analysts think it's part of the 3 to 4 million Bitcoins that are permanently lost, but no one knows for sure. If it ever came back to life, the market would erupt. Exchanges would freeze. Every chart would light up red. Until then, it's a ghost wallet, a digital vault that might hold the key to Bitcoin's biggest mystery. How much of the supply is truly gone forever? And number 2, the Mt. Gox Shadow Whale. If you've been in crypto for a while, you've heard of Mt. Gox, the exchange that collapsed in 2014 after being hacked for hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin. Well, some of those coins ended up in this wallet, 53,880 BTC, worth nearly $6 billion. It hasn't moved in over a decade, but the blockchain shows occasional pings, small incoming transactions, like ghosts testing the door. No one knows who controls it, the original hacker, law enforcement, or someone in between. One movement from this wallet could shake Bitcoin's price like an earthquake. And finally, number 1, the Shadow Government Whale. This is the granddaddy of them all. 127,000 Bitcoin, nearly $14 billion, linked to the Lubion mining company and later seized by the US Department of Justice in 2024. The original owners? Still unknown. The government now controls the funds, but the story behind them reads like a thriller. Hacks, mining empires, and secret transfers. These coins alone represent almost 1% of all Bitcoin that will ever exist. It's the perfect example of how crypto's freedom and its traceability can collide. What was once the biggest anonymous fortune in Bitcoin became the property of the state. Together, these 10 wallets hold over $30 billion in Bitcoin. Most haven't moved in over a decade. Some are probably lost. Others might just be waiting for the perfect moment to strike. In 2024 and 2025, more of these ancient wallets started waking up, sending shockwaves through the market every time they moved even a single coin. Are they resecuring their fortunes or finally cashing out? No one knows for sure. But one thing's certain, the biggest players in crypto aren't the ones doing interviews or posting on X. They're silent, invisible, and possibly long gone. Yet their wallets still hold the power to change Bitcoin's future in a single click. Because in this world, true wealth doesn't always make noise. Sometimes, it just waits.